My name is Ada. If someone had told me that the woman who called herself my mother would one day throw me out of my own home, I would never have believed it. But that's exactly what happened. My father was one of the wealthiest businessmen in our area of Lagos. He owned several properties, a transport company, and a beautiful family house in Lekki. To everyone outside, we looked like the perfect family. But everything changed when my mother died. I was only 10 years old. For years, my father raised me alone. Then he married a woman named Grace. At first, Grace was kind. "Ada, come and eat," she would say with a smile. "Ada, let me help you with your homework. Ada, you're like my own daughter." I believed her. Unfortunately, it was all an act. The day she gave birth to her own son, everything changed. Suddenly, I was no longer important. She stopped smiling at me. She stopped caring about me. Every little thing I did became a problem. "Ada, why didn't you wash these plates? Ada, why are your grades not higher? Ada, you're becoming lazy." I tried my best to make her happy, but nothing worked. As the years passed, my father became sick. He spent more time in hospitals than at home. Grace took control of everything. She handled the business. She managed the properties. She controlled all the money. One evening, I sat beside my father in his room. "Dad, are you okay?" I asked. He smiled weakly. "I'll be fine, my princess." But I could see the fear in his eyes. A few months later, he passed away. The entire family was devastated. I cried for days. My father had been my best friend. But while I was grieving, Grace was planning something else. A week after the funeral, she called a family meeting. Several relatives gathered in the living room. Grace stood confidently before everyone. "As you all know," she announced, "my husband left everything to me." I frowned. "What do you mean, everything?" She smiled. "The house, the company, the land, everything." I felt my heart stop. "What about me?" She folded her arms. "You are an adult now. You can take care of yourself." The room became silent. I looked around for support. Nobody spoke. Nobody defended me. Nobody cared. That night, Grace delivered the final blow. She walked into my room with 2 security guards. "You need to leave." I stared at her. "What?" "You heard me. This is my father's house." She laughed. "Not anymore." Tears filled my eyes. "Where am I supposed to go?" "That's not my problem." The guards carried my bags outside. The gate closed behind me, and just like that, I became homeless. I slept on a friend's couch for several weeks. I searched for jobs. Most places rejected me. Some employers demanded experience I didn't have. Others offered salaries too small to survive on. Life became difficult. Many nights I cried myself to sleep. I missed my father. I missed my home. I missed the life that had been stolen from me. But one day, I made a decision. I would stop crying. I would start fighting. I enrolled in online business courses. I learned digital marketing. I learned sales. I learned how successful businesses worked. During the day, I worked small jobs. At night, I studied. Months turned into years. Slowly, things began to change. I launched a small online business. The business grew, then it expanded. Soon, I hired employees, then more employees. Before long, I was earning more money than I'd ever imagined. 5 years later, I owned a successful company. I bought my own house, I bought my own car. Most importantly, I rebuilt my life. One afternoon, I attended a business conference in Lagos. As I entered the hall, someone called my name. "Ada?" I turned around. My jaw dropped. It was Grace, but she looked completely different. Gone were the expensive clothes. Gone was the confidence. Gone was the arrogant smile. She looked tired, defeated. "What happened?" I asked. Tears filled her eyes. "The business collapsed." I remained silent. "The properties were sold." Still silent. "I lost everything." The irony was impossible to ignore. The woman who took everything had lost everything herself. She lowered her head. "I need your help." For a moment, memories rushed through my mind. The insults, the betrayal, the day she threw me out, the nights I slept without knowing where my next meal would come from. Then I remembered something my father used to say. Never let bitterness control your future. I took a deep breath. I'll help you. Her eyes widened. You will? Yes? After everything I did? I nodded. Not because you deserve it. She looked confused. But because I refused to become like you. Grace began to cry. For the first time, I saw genuine regret in her eyes. That day, I learned something important. Success is not getting revenge. Success is rebuilding your life so completely that the people who hurt you can no longer destroy your peace. My stepmother took everything, but in the end, she didn't take my future. And that made all